So just a quick one on how I became a type 1 diabetic really. Kind of before I got fully diagnosed and knew what was going on, I was going through quite a bit of a low period. I was trying to put on weight, I was exercising, I was trying to build muscle, I was eating 6 or 7 meals a day. Obviously some of them were protein shakes. I was having like chicken, rice and veg, and you know, just doing everything that I could. I was like watching my macros and everything and logging all my food intake and that. I was drinking a ton of milk just constantly every day. I would drink bloody litres of the stuff. But yeah, nothing actually happened from that. I ended up actually losing weight constantly, even after weeks and months. It was just, really kind of depressing, as you can imagine. What followed after that was worse, to be honest. It was I was just really low. I was feeling like total crap, and I started to get a really short fuse with people. I just snap all the time. Didn't really know why I would do it, and I started to develop this chronic dry mouth. And when I say chronic dry mouth, imagine that your mouth is full of sand and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't go away. Drink as much as you want. I was having to live with water next to me permanently. It obviously got progressively worse and worse. I was basically producing no saliva, it felt like. Eating became a struggle. I had to drink after every mouthful just to kind of wash it down and make sure I could actually get some food in. Major anxiety about going out and obviously seeing anyone and meeting friends, family, whatever, just kind of living in this horrible bubble. And it just got worse and worse and worse until I really couldn't deal with it anymore. Obviously I should have gone to the doctors a long time ago, but I didn't, but there we go. It got to the point where I even had thoughts about suicide. Obviously didn't act on any, and it was never anything more than a thought, but the point, it was that bad. It just became, I don't know what the word is really. It was just ruining my life altogether, everything. I was just, as I said, feeling rubbish. I would constantly be up in the night. I wouldn't get any sleep, because I would be going to the toilet all the time with the amount of liquid I was drinking. The condition that I'm talking about is called ketoacidosis. And as the NHS website will clearly state here, it's a serious condition that can happen in people with diabetes. It's where a lack of insulin causes harmful substances called ketones to build up in the blood. It can be life-threatening and needs urgent treatment in hospital. So this is what I was suffering from. Symptoms of feeling thirsty, needing to pee more often, stomach pain, feeling sick, diarrhea, breathing more deeply, breath that smells fruity. Can't say I had that. Feeling tired, sleepy or confused, blurred vision. What Diabetes UK. So again, ketoacidosis, known as DKA, is a life-threatening diabetes complication. It's caused by a severe lack of insulin. Without insulin, your body can't move sugar into the cells for energy, so instead it breaks down fat, releasing harmful chemicals called ketones, which build up and make your blood acidic, slowly burning you from the inside out. Don't worry, kids, you don't say that last bit. So normally, what happens when you obviously eat is you eat the food, it goes down to your stomach, it goes into your intestines. The intestines break it down into smaller particles. Obviously, with the help of the blood circulation, the food gets distributed as sugar, energy into the body, and it goes to every cell in the body in order for your body to, or rather, in order for your cells to accept the sugar. The cell needs to open its doors, but it can't do that on its own. So that's where insulin comes in. Insulin is the key that unlocks the door and lets the sugar into the cell, basically. Going back to the ketoacidosis, so to check this, you check your ketone levels. Now, it tells you here that under 0.6 is normal, 0.6 to 1.5 is slightly high, 1.6 to 3 means you're at risk of DKA, over 3 is high and means you may have DK and should call 999 or go to A&E, which means you've got ketoacidosis more than likely. Now, my reading on my medical papers, if I remember, I will have to try and dig them out, was about 26. So it was obviously going on for quite some time before I actually got it checked, and why I probably felt so bad. But yeah, so that's most of the kind of topic out of the way, how I found out I had diabetes in the first place. But now I can actually move on to all the positive stuff with the other videos. I kind of wanted to get the beginning out of the way, how it kind of happened to me, and then I can now sort of go into what happened next and how I did a lot of research and, didn't sort of agree that I'd have to live on insulin for the rest of my life. Now, I know loads of people are going to be thinking, well, that's not possible. This is a load of rubbish. You have to have insulin. Yes, you have to have insulin, but you need to understand the situation as well and how everything actually works. So what I mean when I say, you need to understand things is that for example, the pancreas, isn't just broken and dead and no longer producing insulin. It does have other functions. So the pancreas plays a dual role in your bodily functions. This is from the Healthline here. Endocrine system. So the pancreas secretes hormones, including the blood sugar regulating hormones, insulin and glucagon. Exocrine system. The pancreas also secretes enzymes into your digestive tract through a duct into your duodenum. So, for example, when it's producing enzymes, this is lipase to digest fats, amylase to digest carbohydrates, chymotrypsin and trypsin for digesting proteins. So it does all these other functions just fine. It's just the fact that it's struggling to produce insulin. What is the reason for that as such? Now, if we go on here, this is very well health. How insulin is actually made. So insulin is produced by specialized beta cells in the pancreas, or pancreatic beta cells or B cells, which are clustered into groups called isolates of Langerhans. Now, if we want to be able to produce insulin more, we want to heal the pancreas, then we want to start by working on the thing that's producing them, which is the pancreatic beta cells or B cells. And there are a few things that can help with that, all to do with diet. So there's something called Gymnema Sylvestre. It's actually something that I used to take back when I was trying to reduce insulin, and obviously came off it altogether for a bit. So Gymnema Sylvestre has been used to lower blood sugar, reduce the amount of sugar absorbed by the intestines, lower LDL cholesterol, stimulate insulin release in the pancreas. So looking at another thing here, this is on PubMed. These are plant-derived compounds targeting pancreatic beta cells for the treatment of diabetes. So there are lots of things, if you look on here, that can help with these beta cells or beta cells, such as curcumin enhances insulin secretion. As we've said, Gymnema Sylvestre enhances insulin secretion. There are quite a lot of things, and there's different studies that show the benefits of what Gymnema Sylvestre can do, and all these other things. This is just one simple thing. I mean, as I said, I used to take this. This is the exact one I used to take back sort of 2020 when I first started to change my diet and everything, and I kept ordering these and using these, and I definitely felt that they made a difference for me. I'll put these in the link. There is also a tincture, so you can have it instead of a capsule, you can have it as a liquid form. I haven't actually used this one. I have used indigo herbs though, and they're very good. So when I get back on top of things myself here, I might actually use this as well, or one or the other. But there's lots of things that you can do, and this is one of the books that is one of the best books I own. There is a Cure for Diabetes, The Tree of Life 21-Day Program by Gabriel Cousins. And honestly, it's jam-packed full of absolute good content that you cannot read this book and not learn something. The other thing I would recommend to anybody to learn about diet and why a whole food plant-based diet is best is the China study. As it says here, it's the most comprehensive study of nutrition ever conducted. Again, you can't come away and not learn anything. So that's it for now anyway. I'll put the links in the description for these and I'll go into them in a bit more detail another time.